Hello. So I wanted to come on and do this card reading video for you guys because it is the start. I think I'm a day late. Today's not the 9th, is it? I don't know what day it is. Anyway, the 9th of September, Mars went retrograde, and it will be retrograde until I want to say the 11th or 12th of November. It could be the 13th or 14th. Anyway, it's gonna be a minute. So about 2 months, Mars will be retrograde. So why does this matter? So Mars is currently in Aries. It's retrograde in Aries. It was moving forward in Aries. What does that mean? I'll tell you. So Mars is the personality. Aries is the vehicle. It's the route that it's traveling. So Mars is, if you're familiar with mythology, Greek mythology, Mars is the god of war. And so Mars is the ruling planet for Aries. So when Mars is in Aries, Mars takes on that energy of Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. If we think of the zodiac as a life cycle, the very first stage is the infancy stage. So Aries in their shadow can have a tendency to be very self-focused, just like children. All children know is their own perspective. They haven't gone through the experience of learning other people's perspectives. So when Mars is in Aries, it wants to do what it wants to do when it wants to do it. And because it's lacking that experience, that zodiacal experience, Mars in Aries has a tendency to act kind of out of spontaneity. Instead of kind of thinking things through. Like if we had, let's say, a Mars in Virgo. My Mars is in Virgo, so there's a lot of deliberateness, there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of details that are involved. Not to say that one is better than the other. I'm kind of slow to act. It takes me a while to kind of get going on things because I have to think about it. I'm gonna do this, what's the best thing to do? So Mars in Aries is very much like, go. Like, we gotta get it done. I want to do this. I've decided. And so now that Mars is retrograde in Aries, when a planet goes retrograde, we kind of slow down. So it goes inward. So this is a time to slow down. This is a time that extra patience is really needed. And Mars in Aries doesn't have, there's no time for patience. We got shit to do. Like, there's just no time. We gotta go. Go. Hurry. So it can feel kind of conflicted for the next couple months that, you know, we kind of are looking inward and really kind of thinking about what is it that I want to do? What is best for me? Should I do this? I'm not sure. Or yes, I want to, or no, I don't. It doesn't work for me. And so allowing ourselves some patience as we kind of navigate through this little bit of an awkward phase of wanting to take action, but maybe not being able to, or not being sure what action to take, or one day thinking we want to go left, and then the next day waking up and realizing, maybe I want to go right, and just being okay with those feelings of wanting to go, but not knowing which way to go. It's kind of like if you want to go hiking in the mountains and go to the beach on the same day, but maybe, you know, you live in Kansas where everything's flat, so you really have to figure out, okay, do I want to go this way or this way? So I have 3 options for you. So this is a pick a card reading. I'll be using the Psychic Tarot that I don't know if you can see. So the Psychic Tarot and the Soul's Journey lesson cards, which are new. I just got some new cards, so I figure, why am I buying all these cards? To just keep for myself when I should share them with you guys, because it's been a minute since I've done a video. Because, you know, it's 2020. I don't know. Life happened. I thought I had COVID for a little while, but it turns out I was just exhausted because I was doing too much because Mars in Aries. So for this pick a card, I'll show you a picture of 3 different crystals that you can choose from. So card reading 1, 2, or 3. So go ahead and take some time to pick that reading now. So if you picked crystal number 1, this is a mystery crystal. I don't know what it is. I can't remember if a friend gave this to me or if I got it in Austin at Nature's Treasure when I still lived in Texas, but it's real pretty. It's real pretty. Looks like a little jelly bean. I just want to eat it. So the first card that I have for you is, this card is for slowing down. So this is Major Arcana card number 3. This is fertility in the Psychic Tarot. It's also known as the Empress card. So this is a time for you to slow down because you're growing something. Yes, you are taking action, but just like a woman who is fertile, who is with child, the baby doesn't just come out right when you find out that you're pregnant. You know, it needs time to gestate and to grow and to develop. And so, you know, you may become pregnant during this time. You may be pregnant now. If you're pregnant, the baby might be late. Sorry. But as we can see with this, this womb, it's in her heart chakra. So to me, this really feels like you've planted a seed sometime during this year, I would say. And now is the time that it's going to gestate, and it's going to really kind of root in the ground. It's rooting in your heart. And over the next couple months, it's going to grow. I mean, if we look at the imagery here, she looks very similar to a tree. You know, she's got these branches coming out, you know, of her head. Her hair is like leaves. So yes, you're in a hurry for something to happen. Yes, you're taking all the action that you need to, but you will benefit from slowing down if you understand that the thing that you're wanting to come to fruition needs time to grow. So that's the first card. And the numerology of this card is 3, and 3 is a number of celebration. So, I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, a watched pot doesn't boil. So if you plant some seeds in the ground in your backyard, in a garden, whatever, if you go every single day to check on the seed and kind of poke around in the ground, like the magic that happens is underneath. The magic that happens is inside. So just reminding yourself that just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not growing, doesn't mean that it's not rooting, doesn't mean that it's not happening, you know? So slow down, give it some time to gestate, to come to fruition, and just have faith that there are things happening underground, inside, behind the scenes that are bringing this to fruition. So the next card I have for you is the card for recharging. So this is number 21. This is the Universe card. And so in the traditional tarot, this is the World card, which is like the end of a cycle. This is the last card in the Major Arcana of the tarot. And so this is a time for you to recharge because you come to the end of a cycle. So this is the end of a cycle of something for you. That doesn't mean that it's not an ending, but it's almost the way that the year ends and we start a new year. So if you're a Virgo, this is the end of your birth year. This is your end of your zodiacal year. Sorry, I can't talk. If you've been really struggling with something, which a lot of us have, things have been really, really heavy, really hard, dense, chaotic, that is coming to an end. You know, so that heaviness, that struggle, that difficulty is coming to an end, and now is the time for you to recharge. It's safe now for you to get some rest, to just slow down. You don't have to be hyper vigilant. This is a great time for you to take on journaling, meditation, going for walks, just to walk, you know, not feeling like you have to get your heart rate up or get your steps in, blah, blah, blah. Just going out and enjoying nature. This is a time to play, and if that sounds uncomfortable, you know, if play sounds uncomfortable to you, you can think of play as doing something that has no result attached, doing something that doesn't have a required productivity attached to it. So I call it doing nothing, you know, which for me, like doing nothing a lot of times is like crocheting and like, I don't know, watching a documentary or something, or like watching a movie that I've seen before, so I don't really have to pay attention to it. You know, a lot of times, like when I'm crocheting, I might have the end goal of like making a blanket, but it's not a hard goal of like, I have to finish this blanket today or have to finish it tomorrow. It's like, I'm just going through the motion of like moving the needle and the yarn and just kind of getting lost in that instead of kind of lost in here. So this is a time to recharge because you're at the end of a cycle of difficulty. And the card I pull for you for patience, the third card, is the Temptation card, which is also in the traditional tarot, the Devil card. So because this Mars retrograde is kind of a tricky time of like wanting to move but feeling stuck and unsure, this is really a time when you will need to be patient with yourself because you're gonna have a lot of vices come up. That might be irritability, that might be emotional eating, that might be numbing out with substances or food or Netflix, and just understanding that if those, you know, if this awkward discomfort in this time, you know, of wanting to like do things but feeling kind of held back and unsure what to do, if that really flares up for you, that it's okay if you know, if you binge a Netflix show over the weekend and have a couple drinks. It's not the end of the world. Being patient with yourself and allowing yourself to just feel that discomfort and navigate it the way that you know how to best navigate it. But because these are vices, you know, if you find yourself binging a TV show, you know, every weekend for a month, you know, that might have turned into some avoidance of whatever feelings are coming up. If you are binge eating every night for dinner, that's an indicator that it's swung too far into the negative. But having those unhealthy coping mechanisms kind of come up, whether you give in to them or not, that's where you're going to have to be patient with yourself. And if you can allow that to be an indicator that you're really in the midst of discomfort. If you have a hard day and you're like, I just want to go home and get wasted and fall asleep watching a Keanu Reeves movie, that might be an indicator that, you know, there's a lot of discomfort and you don't know how to handle it and you don't know how to manage it. And, you know, what you can do is just acknowledge it and just kind of, you know, be honest with yourself and that, like, this is really fucking uncomfortable. I don't like that I don't know what to do because I always know what to do. Or I don't like this uncertainty because this whole damn year has been uncertain. And just giving yourself the space to acknowledge it, like, this is hard and I don't like it and I'm having a hard time and there's nothing I can do about it. So that was the patience card for you. So the Soul's Journey lesson card that I pulled for you is the worry card. It says, I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So this is just a mantra if you find yourself in the midst of worry, especially if you're struggling to be patient with yourself during these times of temptation. The worrying doesn't really do anything. That, you know, you always have the choice to say, you know what, mind, I get it that you're worried. I'm a little worried too. There's not really anything we can do about this, or this is what we will do about it. Every time I feel like I want to numb out with alcohol, I'm gonna text a friend and ask if they can talk. Or every time I feel like I want to binge eat sweets, I'm gonna take the dog for a walk. You know, when it comes to worry, we get stuck in these rumination cycles of thinking, and it tumbles around our mind like a shoe in the dryer and just clanking around, and that's all we can focus on. You always have the choice to redirect your mind, you know, to say, hey, I know we're worried about something that could happen in 6 months, but what can we do right now instead? So if you chose this little jelly bean crystal, card reading number 1, that was your reading. So if you chose card number 2, crystal number 2 for card reading number 2, this is a, I want to say it's a chrysoprase, I think. It's a really pretty, like, milky green color. It's got some other weird stuff in it. But yes, so if you chose card reading number 2, this is your reading. So the card I pulled for you for the first question, which is like how to slow down during the Mars retrograde, is card number 4, foundations and achievements. So you can slow down by just taking the time to appreciate what you have. You know, appreciate your surroundings, this rainbow, appreciate the safe home that you have, appreciate the people that are in your life, that you are close to, that you're bonded to, even if you're physically or socially distanced from them. During this slowing down time, just really give yourself time to reflect back on what you've been able to either make it through this year, what you've been able to accomplish despite this year, what you can appreciate from this year, even if it's just the fact that 2020 has really been flying by. It's September. I mean, it's gonna be Halloween soon. I'm so excited for it. I got some fun Halloween nails I can't wait to wear. Maybe you do too, I don't know. But, you know, for slowing down, like, this is a great time to just take stock of how many blessings you have, how much abundance is in your life, and just to have gratitude for that, just to reflect back on that, take a couple minutes and just, you know, think about the great things that are in your life, the great people that are in your life, the great experiences that are in your life, and probably the great TV shows that have been in your life over the course of 2020. If you need any suggestions, Norseman on Netflix, I think it's hilarious. My boyfriend and I have been watching it, and it just makes us giggle. And well, it makes me giggle. He doesn't giggle. Men don't giggle. But we just really enjoy it. So that was the card for slowing down. The card for recharging that I pulled for you is the third eye chakra. So to me, third eye immediately is about meditation, intuition, inner guidance, getting still, getting quiet. So you could really benefit from recharging in some quiet time, whether that's you know, going for a walk without any music or podcast or anything like that, whether that's taking on a meditation practice, whether that's taking on kind of a stillness practice, you know, consciously just taking a couple minutes every day to just be quiet and still, and just kind of be with yourself. I feel like it probably sounds weird, you know, to have like a stillness practice where you just be with yourself, but I think for lots of us, as things start to reopen and life is picking back up, kids are going back to school, people are back to work full time, some of us are starting school again, you know, life has been really, really busy. Like there's just the elections are coming up, there's just so many things, flu season's coming, there's so many things that create noise in our lives, you know. So if you can take some time just to be quiet and still with you, that can really be a time of really deep repose, you know, and like almost like restoration, like, because I can't think of the last time that I just sat kind of quietly with myself, you know, and just kind of sunk into wherever I was sitting and just let my body feel what it was like to relax, or, you know, just to kind of let go and not really have to like be doing or thinking or cleaning or whatever. So recharge, third eye chakra. This could be meditation, stillness, quiet. This could even be reading, you know, if you like to read, journaling, anything where you're able to just kind of go inward, get quiet, tap into your intuition, you know, what feels good for you. So the patience card, the third card I pulled for you, is the Destiny card, which is also the Wheel of Fortune card. So the Wheel of Fortune is always turning. You know, if we're in a difficult time, as the wheel turns, we come to a really, really positive time. If we're in a really great time, the wheel turns and we may be heading into something that's a little bit more challenging. It's not as simple as good luck, bad luck. You know, it's kind of like to me, it's like the, you know, like the hours, the hands on the clock. You know, that like as we move through 7 p.m., we're coming to 8 p.m. You know, that one is not better than the other. It's not like you know, boo for nighttime or hooray for daytime, if that makes sense. So having patience, if you are in a situation that you are not crazy about right now, as you navigate this Mars retrograde over the next 2 months, if it is uncomfortable, if it's great, if it just doesn't mean anything to you, just understand that this is one of the cycles of life. Fun fact, Mars retrograded last in 1988, so this is not a very common thing that happens. This is a time of renewal for us. So, you know, just as like the wheel of fortune turns, you know, our lives can shift and turn and pivot, and that's really what's happening right now. So if you can be patient and understand that, I feel like this is such a cheesy reference, but you are the caterpillar that is about to start breaking out of the cocoon to become a butterfly. So you're at really a pivotal turning point. There's a big change that's coming for you during this Mars retrograde. So if you can just be patient and hang on and just know that like the wheel is turning, like there's not anything you can do to make it turn faster. There's not anything you can do to make it turn slower if you really like where you are. You're just kind of that kid on the merry-go-round that's trying not to get flung off, because it's not really an option. So you're just kind of hanging on and it's turning where it's turning. So that was the patience card for you. The Soul's Journey lesson card that I pulled for you is, I think this is my favorite because it's such a pretty color. It is the Peace card. I am a being of love. I release all negative energy. Isn't that just like, it's so fun. The color's so fun. The message is really great. You know, that at any time you can choose peace over negative energy. So if you chose the chrysoprase crystal, that was your reading. So if you chose crystal number 3, which was this little amethyst stone, this little amethyst stone, it's like a tumble stone, or like a, I think it's like a worry stone is what they call it, where you can just like hold it and like, when you worry, you can rub it. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. Okay, so amethyst associated with crown chakra. It's associated with healing. Aquariuses. You guys know I love my Aquarius people because I'm an Aquarius moon. That's why I'm so weird. Okay, so if you chose the amethyst card reading number 3, the card for you that has to do with slowing down is, this is a really good one. Rejoice in celebration. Like, this is, shit's been crazy, and now is a time to slow down and just enjoy life. Have a beverage of your choice, whether that's, you know, a cocktail, a water, maybe Gatorade, I don't know, maybe you're into like green juice or something, I don't know, whatever you're into, coffee, do you. You know, during this slowing down time, this is a time that like you can really let go of all the chaos and the craziness of 2020 and just rejoice in the fact that things are like not so crazy. I know that doesn't sound amazing, you know. Not so crazy doesn't sound as great as like renewed and no COVID, and yeah. But, you know, for you, slowing down, enjoying time with friends, enjoying time with people, as safely as you can do that, that's a good way for you to, or that's what you're being guided to do in your slow down time, is to really, you know, just rejoice in celebration. We made it, you know, the numbers are going down. Yeah, the numbers are going down. There's, even in the darkest night, you know, we can find just a little bit of light in the sky. So as you slow down, you're being encouraged to do that, to find light in your life that are other people, things, just focusing on the positive. The next card I have for you, which is the Recharge card, is, this one's tricky. This is Trapped in Fear. So with this card, when we look at this guy, he looks like he's in a cell, But the weird thing is that there's no lock. And also you can see it's slanted, and this is actually a window pane. So he is in a room that he has trapped himself in, and it's really the way that we can trap ourselves in our mind. And so you can recharge by really looking inward at how you have allowed yourself to become trapped in fear, and understand that the fears that we have in our mind are much greater than the real consequences of real life. So, case in point, people that hate public speaking are always worried that, you know, something terrible is going to happen, like that they're going to pass out and die from public speaking, or that everybody's going to laugh at them, or they're going to mess up and they won't be able to recover from it. And those things don't actually happen. The majority of people that hate public speaking don't pass out and die. You know, the majority of people that hate public speaking, you know, they don't have people like point and laugh at them like we see on like TVs or TV shows or cartoons or whatever, because the majority of people don't like public speaking, and they empathize when other people are having to speak, and they can tell, like, you just know, you know, that's like, oh, this is so, you're doing great, it's so hard, you're doing great. So you can recharge by bringing awareness to what it is that you are really afraid of, that doesn't have a legitimate foundation. So where are you trapping yourself in fear? By releasing yourself, by, you know, leaving this room or opening this window, you know, you can release yourself from that self-imposed trap of fear. You don't need to, fear is a protective mechanism. Like, you don't need to protect yourself from the same things that you believe you need to protect yourself from. Hope that makes sense. So the third card I have for you, the patience card, is literally patience and planning. So this is the seven of, this is equal to the Seven of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. In the Seven of Pentacles card, he's kind of hammering away at coins, at pentacle coins. He's literally making money. And so it takes patience to create things. It takes planning to create things. And so, you know, during this time that you are trying to go, do, you're being called to really plan more than to go. So I feel like you're going to work really well with this Mars retrograde, that during these 2 months that Mars is retrograde, you know, while you might feel like you want to go, even though the retrograde energy is holding us back, you can make steps forward or take steps forward by planning things. You know, instead of just taking that spontaneous Mars and Aries action, you can take that momentum of Mars and Aries, that energy of being ready to go and take initiative, and you can put that into planning and have patience for when you can launch that, you know, in the fall. So that was your patience card. And then the Soul's Journey card that I pulled for you is the grief card. It says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So this is the grief card. You know, that loss is hard. And I think that collectively a lot of us are grieving because we've lost a lot of familiarity, normalcy, security to 2020. And we might be fearful of what else we're going to lose. But, you know, we don't have to allow our minds to keep us trapped in fear of more loss. What we can do is acknowledge that there were things that we really appreciated, were grateful for, that, you know, were taken from us, that we had to let go of, but we can appreciate those things. We can be grateful for them having come into our life, the experiences that we had, the way that they helped us grow, and not allow fear to overtake us that we're going to lose everything, because we're not. So that was your reading if you chose the amethyst. So Mars retrograde started yesterday, continues to November. If you enjoyed this Mars retrograde video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna do videos every week again. I'm not sure. I might just pop on and do, you know, videos when the astrology strikes, or I might start again. There's some other things going on with astrology right now. I think Jupiter is going direct on the 12th. And so he was retrograde. I want to say he went retrograde in Jupiter in Capricorn. So he's going direct the 12th. And so some of the astrology that I've heard is that, you know, we're kind of being taken back to March. So, or I might, yeah, back to March. So I think March is when a lot of us first went into quarantine. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how, you know, how things are. The cats are not with me today because the weather has cooled down and they have decided they like hanging out in the garage. I don't really get the fascination with it, but they like being out there, so I just let them be out there. I don't torture them by making them stand here with me to be on videos, but you know, I might have to do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I hope that you are able to navigate this Mars retrograde and that you can use it to your benefit, that you can take that energy of initiative of wanting to start something new, and you can just allow yourself the time and space over the next couple months to do that. Couple notes of caution with Mars retrograde. Do your best to watch your words. Mars kind of rules over anger, flare-ups. So, you know, if you find yourself really irritable, if you find yourself really angry, take a couple breaths, go for a walk. You know, try not to allow yourself to just kind of do the dragon fire thing where, you know, you get mad and just because that's really not beneficial to most relationships. That's just been my experience. Maybe you're different. I don't know. But, you know, just understanding that it's a time to go inward. Mars isn't really fond of inward. Mars is fond of forward and action and motion. So, you know, if there's some discomfort, if there's some irritability, if there's some impatience, that is part of it. And we're going to get through it and we're going to be fine. So thank you for watching and I will see you guys later. Bye.